try and keep it pretty simple. We're just going to do burn bowlers and crab ride. We'll just be squeezing necks, nice and easy. Squeezing necks. We'll do mostly around the das and like variations of the das. And we'll start it off from this side turtle position. So first thing, getting a vice grip here, which will be the near arm, whatever's closest to them, going underneath their armpit to the far side. We want our thumb on top of the neck. And then if you haven't done a vice grip before, it'll just be prayer hands, but the support hand, not the choking hand, will go 90 degrees up. No thumbs in the choke, like so. So starting from this spot here. You could be in this top turtle position, looking for the stuff Jess was teaching before, which would be high percentage in this, but that's not working, and you could start looking for a das. But more commonly, just on this side, is that you've been setting up a das from a more normal das position, and they build up to the turtle while you're doing that, and maybe your grip gets stretched out, and then you go back to this. So that's usually where we find ourselves here. We'll keep it, like I said, nice and simple to start. We'll just break them down and look at finishing the das. So from this position, we want them on their side. To finish a das, we need them on their side. If they're defending well, they'll be trying to get either belly down or belly up, because that will keep them safe from the choke. So to get them back on their side, we're going to use this grip. We're going to fold their head with this top left arm and flare the bottom up. So this one's going down, this one's going up. To sort of flip them over. The power for this will come from our trail leg pushing off the mat. Just being careful though not to go too far, because a really common thing is if I drive too much here, we can lose them and then get back to the mat. So enough pepper to get them over, but not so much that they go too far. As we throw them over, we're going to try and keep our chest over the tricep to keep that up. So sort of here, my shoulder is behind your shoulder. We've got that grip we talked about. This one goes down, other arm goes up. Power is coming from the rear leg. We'll take them over, but we'll keep tight on that arm the whole time. And then finishing the das. Here, do you finish the das? So we're in the same spot. If you can't see, if you can't see, just listen. To finish the das, legs are flopped. We want the thumb on the far side of the neck. And from that vice grip, so the landing of that vice grip, they're going to be trying to posture up the whole time. Right? Yeah, exactly like this. So we're going to flare the support arm elbow so it's higher up on the head and bring that back to ourselves. And we're going to keep that head tucked the whole time as we lock up the fingers to the bicep. Because it's the worst when you do get fingers to bicep, if you've got that posture, I mean, I'm working past, you end up here, and you've kind of got a das, but not really. Here, bring the head in as tight as possible, and then do a bit of uppercut motion, on their back. Getting fingers is good, or even all the way wrist to bicep, and we've pretty much got the trick here. To finish from here, we'll finish to start just from our knees. Oh, it's not the strongest finish. To practice it, it's good, just to make sure we're not relying on other things too much. The support hand, look at getting as high as possible. Because just when it's down here, obviously the choking arm is low. The higher this climbs up the back, the choking arm goes higher as well. Other things we'll do, this shoulder, you can kind of hear my voice, it's in my neck a little bit. We just go back and down. We can get the shoulder out of the way. So we're not squeezing through the shoulder anymore. We're getting just in the neck. So this is coming as high as possible. We get away from the shoulder, tuck our head in this little crook between their shoulder and their ear. And like I said, just finishing from the knees, also to be nice to our training partners, because it's not nice to get dust over and over when you're drilling. The final finishing is the elbows going back, and on the choking arm, the fingers go down, this wrist bone sort of dries up into there. So from here, we folded them, we did an uppercut, we got the support arm as high as we can possibly get it, get the shoulder out of the choke, nice and tight, elbows back, choking arm goes as well. Just nice and gentle. Let's just do that. Like I said, very once more. So we're here, under the shoulder, thumb on top of the neck. Our grip just 190 degrees out. Pulling this tight towards ourselves, flaring and going down. Bottom hand flares as well. Drive off the mat, but not too much, so that we stay on top of the tricep. Keep them on their side. To finish the choke, we talked about getting the head tucked. doing an uppercut with the head folded the whole time. Support hand is high. Really can't get that too high, to be honest. Shoulder out of the choke, elbows back, chest forward, and the last little bit is just that.
When you say the flaring, they're going to show what's flaring.
Yeah, that's a good point. So at this point,
yeah,
yes, fair enough. This is just the breakdown. So this one, flaring is in going further towards the top of his head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just here, don't have as much leverage. So if you
Yeah.
flare that elbow, you get to the top here.
I can't see the top is.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, so I guess moving, I could speak normally, just moving the elbow to the top of the head.
Thank you.
Just look at dealing with some of the problems they will give us as we're trying to throw them over. And we'll just do a bit of a drill. We're going to throw them over, they'll get back up, it'll make sense. So we're here. Probably a really common one is they'll just start walking. You start walking towards your right. Yeah, they'll start walking towards your hands. And if something gets about this far around, it's pretty much impossible to get him over. Because where I'm throwing him, sort of going into where his body is as he cuts that angle. If you go back to where you were, yeah, a little bit more here, it's much easier to get that done. So if they do that, the solution's pretty easy. We'll just switch our feet. So I'm down my right, up on my left. If I switch that, I don't know why this works, but for whatever reason, driving in this direction now, same movement with the arms, but the right leg kicking, that seems to work to get the job. When we do this drill, so we will get up again, straighten the body, get back, and then we do that movement a few times. Another common problem, actually might do is they build a support on their outside arm, their right in this case, which is kind of the same problem as we just had. Their body was there, it's just their arm fully extended. Doing the move into that can be quite difficult. To solve for that one, the support hand, the top one, will go fingers just above the elbow to the tricep. We'll lock up like a little bit. We've just got the tricep instead of the wrist. Look up a little bit here, and then the movement is the same. This goes down, this goes up, but we're pulling their tricep. Usually works best, not just pulling it towards us, but going sort of 45 towards this hip. We're here. Trail leg again is driving for this one. You can take whatever to get that arm out of the way. The benefit of that one is we talked about that problem, they get all the way back to the mat during the throw. Because we've got that bottom tricep, very rarely happens with that version. You sort of land up in their tricep, and that's very easy to stay on that arm.
What was the cue for that? Sorry, when they're posting with that hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're doing that this way.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It comes down on that arm, yeah, don't have to worry about it. It comes up on that arm, yeah.
Cool.
Pull it out of the way. What's the third one? Is that two or three? If you go walk around the front, just switch here, makes sense? Yeah, like that. And we'll just do it too far. You go straight on that arm. Yeah. If you get up again, there's a third part. These one do two. If your brain is still more juicy there, that's fine. The last one would be sometimes people lean towards us, they feel we're trying to move in that direction, and they drop the near shoulder and go. That makes sense. Cool. If someone's doing that, it can also be almost impossible to throw them over. You can go for a dance off our back. Sort of this thing, it is a bit risky to sacrifice in top position. Obviously, if we go for the dance off our back and we lose it, we just pull the side control. But situationally, it might be a good idea. We won't do the full thing right now, we'll just do setting it up. If we're going for the dance off our back, we're going to pull this vice grip really close to ourselves and baseball slide just in this space here. Yeah, go too close. Baseball slide going to our side. I think common problem here is going to the back. Very hard to finish. Yeah, that sucks. But if we pull in just to our side here, we'll keep it getting good. Maybe just do this. And if you already know how to do this and you have to play it, you can start working house in the back. I'll do that as the third. So, yeah, we only do the normal ones to start. Just measure it down, take it back up, so start running away from that. Right? Yes, Get back up again. Maybe try a little bit. Perfect. Give that reaction. Drop down to the tricep. Lock it up like a Kimura. Last one. Keep going. Perfect. They drop the near shoulder and lean towards us. Very difficult to get them over in that direction. We can go where they're leaning. Pull the bicycle close. Baseball slide on the bottom leg. And go try to land on your side, not all the way in the back. So, and if you did want to, it's not much for that. And it's obviously the same thing. Thumb poking through, this pushes down to get the neutral. And the same thing as before, but off your back. Actually, it will be, in some sense, better because Tom is lying on his arm that's stuck in the choke. Whereas in the regular dust from before, they can fight you with it easier, if that makes sense. We're just here on the ground, the gravity's forcing you into that triangle, and it's kind of hard, it's not as much they can do. Dude, make up very time. This is getting into the main part. You still doing the bullshit submission?
Yeah, we definitely can. Yeah.
Although it's like an obscure one, Peruvian necktie. Peruvian necktie. It is actually useful in certain times. Like if you're actually trying hard, the benefit of the Peruvian is that it doesn't use much arm squeeze at all. It's going to be using your legs. So we use our hamstring on the back of the head to drop them into the choke. So that's good if they're much bigger than you, or if you're tired. If your forearms are just completely gassed, and they feel like gassed. Sometimes it feels like it's hurting you more than it's hurting them. You might go for a Peruvian. Keep in mind the reason it's not super common that you see it all the time is you are completely sacrificing your position to go down. Because if you slip the head, you slip out full like side control again, basically. It is a bit of a risk. But from that same spot here, maybe we've broken down a few times, they've got them back up, maybe they've got a giant fat neck and you just feel like you can't finish them with your arms, you might go for the For this, from this spot, first thing is to get the hamstring behind the head, and then we'll look to collect the legs. Pretty common thing, if you want to make one leg more mobile, you lean all your weight into the other one. So lean all that weight onto our right. This leg is nice and light to swing over, get hamstring behind the head. Now we still have to go back the other way, so lean towards our left, make the right leg light. And you'll see variations on this. I like to try and get behind the calf or hamstring when I go for it, but some people will teach it up here on the back. So play around to it. I've never liked this. I like going just behind the leg here. This is to slow down their roll, or at least follow them if they do. Because if we didn't have that and we started playing the choke, the tongue just rolls over. So we'll end up in this spot. So if you have this, you can maybe stop that, or at least go with them as we go. Like I said, the arms aren't doing much for this. So just got the blade of the wrist behind the neck with that same vice grip. And it's our hamstring, which is much stronger than what we can with our arms. This grip is just pulling towards ourselves, but most of the work is coming by extending that. Should have said no. Extending that hamstring. Just one common problem here is if we're on, sometimes people lean on that leg and there's limited amount of kick. So it's a good idea to sort of go, because we get this leg second anyway, and then lean towards that leg. So now we've got all this drop. We won't do this stuff, but okay, good drop all the way down with the neck. Hope that makes sense. Please don't be making this your number one move for coaches and maybe. But situationally, the forearms are gassed, 20 seconds on the clock, you might just send it. It can work. Cool. Let's go. Oh, no. So we're here, all our weight on the right, left comes over, and we start sitting to that hip, right comes over. Like I said, this is just in place where you now have to do. So we'll show you. Any questions before we have to go? Quick, 1, 2. Pretty important thing I should mention. For the Peruvian necktie, you're just going to do a bit of a rotation where the forearm is now in the neck. So here the forearm is on the side of the neck, then it's just going to move down to the front of the neck. Because for the necktie, that is in the throat, the hamstring is in the neck. Probably should mention that, I apologize. So you just go from here to here, and then everything else is the same.
So it's a trapeze check?
Pretty much, yeah. You're kicking the head into your forearm. So as you work, I apologize for that.
How do?
So, attack against the duels and stuff, they do their breakdown. You need similar variations with it as well. They shoot their darts, and then, we not everybody darts, but the armor is in the triangle. We're going to look to get this to the far side of their body, usually grabbing their knee, or just somewhere on this side, and flaring out shoulder. I think actually the arm triangle defense commentary was kind of similar. We're just looking to get that shoulder out of that neck. They would want their body behind the chest, which you can see. Yeah. So yeah, we're fighting the hands first, but when we can, getting that head to the far side of the body, elbow flared, extending our head back. Trying to separate that shoulder from our neck. You can hear my voice, I'm so much more comfortable here than where I was. From here, we're going to start building up to the turtle. And you won't always get it, but if you can trap a leg, that's really good. But sometimes not possible. We're just looking to go the same direction as them. Just sort of facing in the same direction. If their grip is still together here, to break that, the arm that's in the choke, we're going to go shoulder to the mat and look into their arms. We'll go this shoulder down and we'll look away. You could just go that far as a pretty sensible defense at that point. You might have seen Teacher Craig rolling, and he'll do this, that once he's there done that drop, puts the shoulders on the mat, he'll pike up, balls of the feet, put his weight to the side of his head and his shoulder, and he'll jump over to the far side and take the back. That is sometimes not quite the same, but certainly not. We're going to keep in the choke, they throw us down, they lock up, it's in a pretty bad spot. We start getting the hand in the strangle, usually knee first is good, first like sort of checkpoint, and then getting the elbow from there to the roof, separating our shoulder. From there we'll build up into the turtle, trying to face the same direction. You see it's already puts a bit of stress on the grip, it might come apart, but it's still together and you get all the way facing the same direction, shoulder to the mat, all the way. You could do a sensible thing, just pull guard. You want to take the back. It kind of looks tricky, but it's not. I'm really not very athletic and I can do it. It's just your weight, your shoulder and side of your head. Looking away is a big thing here. I tried this for ages, just copy and paste, looking at them. You still get cut. You can't do it if you're looking at them. Looking away from here, it's much easier. Pike up on your feet. We're going to go over to the other side. Looking to get our right knee to there. As long as we get that far, it will pull us around the rest of the way. So looking away here, back up, you jump over. Once you get that knee, some on this side of the body, you get that side of the body. Last one, we didn't say attack and defense. Box. Any questions on that at all? It's fun to do that. On 3, 1, 2.